Hello and welcome to today's stream. We have Adelaide Footy League action here at Park 9. Round 12 is live and ready to go as we see the players getting into their positions. A very interesting game on our hands. Prince Alfred versus Broadview with a very congested ladder in the Adelaide Footy League. A lot of evenly matched teams. This game becomes a crucial one for the push for finals. Looking quickly at the ladder, in 5th Prince Alfred are, so 5 wins, 6 losses, 44.8% percentage, so not the best percentage out of the teams in the top 5, but as for Broadview, they're 8th, but only 1 game off of the position which Prince Alfred in, with 4 wins and 7 losses. They also have a 43% percentage, so a bit of a low percentage. Both teams will want to try and get a big win somewhere down the line as we get underway for the first bounce of this game in this afternoon. Beautiful weather here at Park 9, not a cloud in the sky, a little bit windy, so we'll keep an eye on that, see how the wind treats it. But we are on the way here. You're with me, Jared Gosson, here for Adelaide Footy League and for Dartfish. Broadview get the first inside 50, but it's a bit messy, so easily rebounded through Perks, Archie Perks, finding a mark in the middle of the ground, chips it wide to Piper. Jock Piper now, a few options on for him, but not enough movement, so he just chips it wide again to Schmidt. Schmidt in their best players last week. Both teams coming off of a loss. So last week I was at the game where Brighton Bombers beat them by 37 points in a bit of an upset in that one. As for Broadview, they did lose to Glenunga by 75 points. It's not a shame losing to Glenunga, for still undefeated, but by that much is probably a margin they did not expect and did not want. Finding a mark inside 50 now as Prince Alfred will look to line up for their first goal of the game. Number 27, Kale Wren, coming into the team this week, so he's going to be the one having the shot. About 40 metres out, 35 metres out, straight in front. The kick starts left and drifts even more to the left, so it's going to be behind, but a good movement there to bring it from defence to a shot at goal. They want to make the most of their chances when they get them. So yeah, both teams coming off a loss. Broadview in a little bit of a bad form. They've just won one of the last 5 games. That was versus Brighton, who are near the bottom of the ladder, as I mentioned. So they'll want to start winning, and why not start here away from home. They go into the 50 now. They have a lot of space. Nicely taken the mark by Boras. Boras, the vice captain, but also more importantly for his team, is the top goal scorer in the Adelaide Footy League with 25 goals. It was Tyler West for a while. He's been a bit off, so Boras, with his 4 goals last week, brings him to the top of the leaderboard, and now he's lining up to extend his lead at the top, but also more importantly get a goal for his team. The first goal of this game from about 40 metres, not too much of an angle, coming in nicely. Hit the post. Just looked like it was going to slide in, but in the end just hit the post on the way through, so behind for Boras. But 4 goals last week. They only scored 5 goals as a team, so he got 4 out of 5 of them. So very good effort by him, but obviously would have probably preferred a few more goals from his teammates. Free kick for Prince Alfred now as they look to progress up the wing. That's where they go with a long kick, but the wind just drags it back a little bit, picking up sometimes the wing, so we'll keep an eye on that as the kick just finds its way into the 50 metre, but to no one in particular. Boras is there, does well to tap it, but nicely done there by the defence and Seaballs to get it out of there. Through Pitt, of course, coaching player out there. Back to Pitt, who chips it wide towards the wing, and nicely taken mark. Shout out Craig Pitt, his 100th game today for the club, so good effort for him. A big part of this team, obviously, as the player coach, but also 100 games is a very good effort, so congrats to him, and I'm sure he got many more to come in his future. Into the forward line, big fly in front, no mark taken, looking to get the snap away. A few players fighting for it. There's been a free kick going the way of Broadview, so a bit of pressure relief there for them as they get it out of their defence now, thanks to a free kick. They progress quickly up the field. Mark just outside the 50, so one quick kick into the 50 now. Takes a bounce to no one in particular, and another big clearance from Seaville. Finds his way into the wing. Marks and plays on quickly as Piper. Piper with the left. Just to the edge of the 50, but the wind pulls it back where it didn't really want to go. And thanks to that, Broadview get the turnover and now running and handballing down the wing. They find a kick, but again the wind takes it, goes out of the full. So it's going to be a bit of time just for the players to adjust a little bit to the wind. It looks like it's gone to the left of your screen, so a tough breeze, but not towards really any of the goals because of the way it's blowing. It's almost blowing to the end of the full area, so we'll wait to see how the players adjust from the conditions here. Quick kick by Brazil to Pitt into the forward line now, over the top, uses his body well, couldn't take the mark, good defending. Now just looking to find a little bit of room for a snap away. Broadview trying to handball out of there, could be dangerous as they do turn it over. About 10 metres outside the 50 now to get it, bring it back inside, and mark taken. 45 metres out, looks to chip it to a player in a better position. He does just that. Nicely taken mark by Pitt. Pitt's been everywhere early. Already disposal all on the ground, and now will have a chance to have a shot at goal. About 35 metres out. Not too much of an angle. Probably a little bit more. He's going to have to probably kick it from about 40. Big run up as well. Looking for the first of the afternoon for both teams. Both teams 0-1 so far. 6 minutes played. Kick coming in now deliberately. Hit the post as well. We've had 2 posts, 1 on each end. The wind could have had a bit of a factor in that one. Looked good and then just drifted left a little bit and hit the post. So 0-2 plays 0-1. Both teams struggling for goals last week, with Prince Alfred only kicking 4 goals for the whole match, whereas Broadview kicking 5 goals for the whole match. So it was very muddy and wet conditions last week, so that is definitely a factor in it. But you want to kick more than that if you want to win a game, and that's what they're both looking to do here. Boras towards O'Leary, spins out of trouble. Can he get out of there? Tackled nicely, so now Prince Alfred can get it out of there with some running and gunning. Goes through Charlick towards the wing, trying to keep it in, instead takes a touch, so it's not a last possession rule. Boundary throw-in. So yeah, both teams are low on the goals last week. It was very muddy in all areas and all grounds around the state, with a lot of rain overnight. It didn't really rain too much during the match, but the mud was certainly a factor in the play last week, so that doesn't help. But to kick 4 goals and 5 goals, their opponents kicked 8 for Prince Alfred, so not too bad. As for Broadview, they did concede 16 to Glenunga, so they'll want to fix up that defence and get a few more goals of their own. It's obvious to say, but if they can do that, it'll go a long way of really pushing for a victory here tonight. Prince Alfred marker just about 50 metres out. He's looking to play it on, but instead going to go back and kick it. I believe it's Kale Wren again. He already had a shot earlier, which was very much left. He can adjust now with knowing how the conditions are, and a bit of a set shot earlier that he can draw some practice from. This time he does start the kick right. It drifts left, but again too much left. It looks like it's still play on, right in the pocket, looking for the ball so they can get a quick snap, but instead it's Broadview who get the ball away. Long kick down the wing. The bounce favours Prince Alfred. They look to bring it back now through Ianello. Ianello's there, Choles in front, and then also another defender there to mark that one and bring it out. They play on quickly, just over top of their fingers. Neil does well, looking to bring it forward. Wren again, chips it forward, looking for a mark, but nicely played in front. He's going to get rewarded for having the front position. Free kick, as Broadview again play on quickly, not wasting any time being stuck in their defence, trying to counter-attack. A few players in a one-on-one up the field, that's where they go. Towards Boras. Boras in the pocket, nice mark. Right on the boundary line, so it's a very tight angle, but he's going to have a shot at goal, it looks like, from here. About 25-30 metres out, but right on the boundary line. He's going to take his best from here. 9 minutes played in the first quarter, still waiting for our first goal. Coming in now with the right foot, favours this angle, just across the face of goal. It was a good effort really, it looked like it was almost on target, just drifted a little bit to the wrong side. It's going to be a behind, so 0-2 each here at Park 9. Round 12 in the Adelaide Footy League, thanks to Dartfish. Of course, all your stats, and if you want to watch replays and get all the stats for your games, you can through Dartfish. Trying to get it out of defence is Prince Alfred through the kick in. Razzle, long way from home, helping out in defence, running up the wing and into their own defensive 50. He chips it to the lead, just takes a bounce a bit too far from his teammate. It's going to be a last possession rule to bring it back in. The chip kick just doesn't reach his target. It goes back to where it comes from, but he's under pressure now. Charlick chips it forward. He plays on immediately. Was going to play on, changed his mind a little bit. Probably smart, didn't have too much on. Now he does go towards the middle of the ground. Risky kick, turned over by Wicks. Now Broadview with the ball, looking to get inside 50. Towards Boras again, he's a focal point up forward for them for sure, but this time they're all over him and cleared away from Schmidt. Does well to Wicks again. Wicks handballs it to the running Schmidt, who gets the 1-2. Takes a nice mark and plays on the far wing. The bounce not as good as he would have hoped, and because of that the pressure comes wrapped up, but it is going to be a free kick going for him, so a bit lucky, he messed up the bounce, but still gets rewarded with a free kick. Now inside the 50, deep inside 50, looking for a mark. Nicely taken chest mark right in the pocket, very close to the goals. He plays on to centre it. Risky kick, but does pay off. Another chest mark, so maybe Broadview should have been a bit more aware to that, but to be fair to them, he had the ball right on the boundary line, as close as you can to the ball, so goal, so you probably don't expect a centering kick, but they did just that. Passes it to Ren, he's already had 2 shots. This time it's going to be from about 25 metres, not too much of an angle, and goes to the right post this time and drifts to the right behind. 3 behinds for Prince Alfred, plays 2 to Broadview. Still waiting for our first goal. 2 of those behinds coming to Ren's. 3 of those behinds I think come to Ren. Oh, two come to Ren. 1 did not make the distance. So he's had 3 shots for 2 behinds so far. He'll want to fix that up. He's been good, getting in good positions to have those shots, so that's a good positive. This goes long towards the wing. No mark taken by Russell. And now Prince Alfred try to get it the other way. They do just that with a kick down the wing, player free up there. Look to go inside the 50, nice mark. Nice mark inside the 50, 40 metres. He's going to have to kick from about 45, 50 metres, so it's going to take his best effort with this wind here today, but looks confident he's going to have a shot. Just trying to see who that player is. If you can show me his number, that'll be handy, but the shot coming in now. It's going to take a big kick from here. The kick is low, doesn't look like it's going to make the distance, but nearly a mark of the goal square. Still alive, soccer kicked for a behind, either rush behind or just to the left, but it is a behind nonetheless. We're still waiting for our first goal here. 0-4 plays 0-2. 13 and a half minutes played in the first quarter. Looking at the teams as we go into this one, POC missing. I will just go back quickly to the action as Broadview go from one end to the other into the forward line, and they get a free kick as well. Quickly from the kick in, we've seen that a few times with the size of this ground is probably a little bit smaller than some of the other grounds we've seen, so you can definitely get from one end to the ground really quickly. caught the defence off guard, caught me off guard even. So now it's going to be Mulherron having the shot, looking for the first goal. Mulherron getting a good goal scorer for them. Coming in now, good strong kick, straight through for a goal, beautifully done, and nice celebration by him. First goal of the match going the way of the Tigers here, the visitors, by number 33 Campbell Mulherron. Back to the teams, just some things I noticed that for Prince Alfred, no McNamara this week. He's been in their best 8 of the 11 rounds, so he's a big out for them. He was very good last week as well when I watched him, and got a goal as well last week, one of their 4 goals, so definitely a key player for them, missing 8 out of 11 rounds. He's been in their best top 5 players. Also, but due to that, they do have Jolly back, so he was missing last week. He's going to be a big handy player in the midfield, very strong player. As for Broadview, no Jackson or Gibson. He's definitely some of their key players. He's very good players there, but they do have Mooney, so look out for him. He's not played too many times for Broadview this season, just a handful, and he's very good. He's played for West Adelaide as well, so he plays for them when he's not needed. He's happy to come down to Broadview, and a very, very handy player. He was in their best as well last week, so already making an impact on this team. Last time these two teams played was on Anzac Day, the 25th, of course, of April. So Broadview winning that one at their own home, 44 points. So big victory on that day. Prince Alfred were probably in a bit of a rut of form, and that was in round 3, so early on in the season. Where since then they've definitely stepped up and find themselves sitting in 5th place, so in the finals spots, and definitely improved their form since then. But back then was a 44-point win, so big victory for Broadview. Can they make it 2 in a row? We will find out. Russell with 5 goals that game, Turner with 5. So very interesting as Prince Alfred look to have a shot, and it's going to be out, I believe, out in the full. So another one out there is another one not out there, I should say, for Broadview is Turner, kicking 5 goals last time against Prince Alfred. But Russell, who kicked 5 on that occasion, is out there. He's a very handy player, tricky player, always gets on the goal score, on the goals. Looking to bring it down now. Broadview, big kick, nearly takes the mark on the wing is Prince Alfred, but good second efforts to bring the ball in. Huge kick, the wind carrying it about 70 metres over the top of everyone, dribbling around for a boundary throw in. But you see the wind having a factor there. It was probably it was still a big kick, probably about 15-metre kick, but just drifts over everyone. It's going to be a last possession rule, so unlucky for Broadview with that big kick, not being able to get a touch to it. On the wing now, takes a bounce, looking to go forward. The ball just not going as far as they would have thought because of the wind, but now Boras out the back, has a lot of room, has a chance outside the foot, straight through the middle. Nicely done by Broadview there. They had players free inside the box. They used their running power, handballed it over the top where the defenders pushing up to try and stop the ball a bit higher up. Boras found his way out the back. Thought about passing it on. They did well to cut that option off. Forced him outside the foot shot, but that is a goal for Johnny Boras, his first for the afternoon, and like I said, top goal scorer of the Adelaide Footy League, extends his lead on that race. 0-4, plays 2 goals to 14, 18 minutes played here, thanks to Dartfish. The ball back in the middle. Neil versus Anyang, 2 very good ruckmen for the Adelaide Footy League. High quality ruckmen, going to be battling out all day. We'll see who can get on top in that battle. But this time the clearance comes from Broadview, who take a good, courageous mark by Russell. Too far to score, so he's going to take another kick. This kick nicely done to Boras' leading path. Good chemistry between those two, and a very good mark by Boras. Looked like the ball's gone just to a random pack of players, but Boras with a good lead and landed perfectly in his lap when he made his hard running dash towards it. And now he's going to have a shot for his 2 in a row for him. About 30 metres out, bit of an angle this time. Hit the post earlier, this one. He's happy with it, straight off the boot, celebrating. That's another goal for Johnny Boras. 3 in a row for his team, 2 in a row for him personally. And Broadview off to a hot start, 0-4-4 plays 3-2-20. Nearly 20 minutes played in his first quarter. Away from home to come for Tigers to be on the board with 3 quick goals to nothing. They'll be happy with that. I want to keep the pressure on, keep the scoreboard pressure ticking over, because when you're away from home, of course, the other team knows how to come back and knows how to play the ground, play the conditions. So when they got the momentum, have to make the most of it now. But for Prince Alfred, they've had some shots at goal, just can't capitalise yet. They'll need to make sure when they do get those shots to make the most of it. And Yang handballs it to his helping midfielder there to go wide. The bounce favours Prince Alfred, looking fine. Nello, good seconds effort to get in there again and get the possession of the ball. Wrapped up nicely though, it's going to be a boundary. A ball up now, right near the boundary, I should say. Both ruckman holding. You might be able to hear the umpire on our mic from back here saying that, so no free kick either way. It's going to be another stoppage now. Right in front of the club rooms here at Park 9. Neil gets his hand to get the punch away, but doesn't go as far as he would have hoped. Still alive now, snapped around by Russell. No one getting the mark, so the ball's still alive. Big tackle around Ianello. Going to be another stoppage. They won't mind this, Broadview having a quick 3 goals, and with the time clock ticking down past the 20-minute mark now. Wasting a bit of time, but getting a clearance when they can. Touched off the boot, but doesn't matter anyway. It's going to take a bounce. Getting the clearance quickly. Just couldn't take the mark, but nicely done by Perks. Collected it very cleanly, but the kick not as clean as you would have hoped. Turning it over. Broadview now, through Day. Chips it backwards. Not much on towards Smith, but nicely cut off by Brazel, who passes it to the running teammate there to go forward to Kelly, and Kelly finds another teammate inside the 50. Another shot here from about 45, so interesting that all of their shots have come from that 45 metres out. None of them have been set shots from anywhere closer to that. They did have one actually closer to that when they centred it from the pocket, but most of their shots have been from quite a distance. And this time Craig Pitt, in his 100th game, of course, the player coach, trying to show his leadership skills to get the goal this time from about 40. Big goal for his team and big goal for him personally, getting the first on the board for Prince Alfred in his 100th game for the club. All the players getting around him, congratulating him on that one, and a big goal there from, of course, one of the main leaders for this Prince Alfred team to get them back into this one. Their first goal for the afternoon, 1-4-10, plays 3-2-20. 23 minutes played. $10 points the difference as we approach first quarter break. Still a bit of time though, still time for any goals to happen. Back in the middle, it's going to be a repeat stoppage. Thrown out of it was Anyang, so it's going to be a free kick for him, given away by Neil. Doesn't like too many of his options, so just goes long inside the 50. Good strong mark in front though. Held his position well, stuck his hands out, and Boras again with a big mark. They're going to have to try and have a chat about him at quarter time, see what they can do to stop him. He's had already 2 goals. He had another shot at goal which hit the post, so he's definitely been very dangerous early on and clunking everything. So going to be interesting to see what they can do to change maybe a bit of his positioning in terms of who's on him, or put a bit of effort into him. But Sumner, the captain on him right now, got that mark against, and now coming in as Boras. Again, happy with it before it sailed through. He knew it was going to go through. That's his 3rd of the afternoon. 3rd in the first quarter, so very good effort from him so far. 3 goals in a quarter is always impressive, and extends their lead slightly is Broadview. We'll keep an eye on that matchup as we go into later down in this match, what they can do to nullify him, because 3 goals is in a quarter with still a bit of time to go is of course very impressive, and also a bit of danger signs for the team that's on the end of that. At the moment it's still Sumner, the captain of course, so it'll be interesting what happens. Forward line now with a quick clearance and a very nice mark. Disagreement, but he took the mark nonetheless, and he's going to line up now for a much needed goal. Is Brazil, their top goal scorer for Prince Alfred, 19 goals so far this season. Of course, he is linked to the Port Adelaide Magpies, top up players in case they need him. I think he's only played 1 game though so far this season, but when he's available for Prince Alfred, always kicking the goals, so very high quality player. Coming in now, likes it, goes through, judged the wind well, picked up just as he's about to kick it, and very nicely kicked for a goal for Brazil, bringing his total to 20 for this season, and a very quick reply from Prince Alfred, just what they needed. That goal coming from Boras straight back to the middle, getting a quick clearance, quick mark, quick goal, and really wasting no time to get that one back. Cho and Neil go at it again. Cho's the one that gets the clearance this time. Takes it straight out of the rock. The kick to no one in particular though, so Prince Alfred now trying to get it out of there. Finding his teammates, the kick just dribbled towards space when he had a teammate free for a handball, so maybe not the right option. So it's going to create a bit of a pack now with players coming in from everywhere to tackle and to put pressure on. And there's the siren for the first quarter time break. 26, 10 points the difference as we go to our first break of this game here at Park 9. Round 12 Adelaide Footy League action. Very interesting game so far. We'll come back with the second half just after these few messages. welcome back to the second quarter here, Adelaide Footy League round 12, Div 1 of course, here with Prince Alfred versus Broadview. Interesting first quarter, both teams struggling to score any goals early, and then we ended up getting 6 for the quarter, 2 to Prince Alfred, so 2-4-16 plays 4-2-26. Johnny Boras 3 goals in the first quarter, so very nicely done. Back underway here, the team's ready to go. Back in with the same ruck battle we've been seeing all game so far. Neil versus Anyang. The quick clearance from Prince Alfred, but nicely cut off. And now it's going to be gone the other way. Through Wood. Noah Wood for Broadview on his debut, his first game for the club. So congrats to him, and we see always nice celebrations with debutants, with milestone matches, so good to see we got a couple on our hands here today. Makes its way onto the wing. It's going to be a free kick on the way of Broadview. Goes a long kick just to the edge of inside 50. Finds its way at the back of the pack. Looking for the snap kick, dribbling through. Soccer kick touched. Looked like it might have found its way through, but it's going to be behind. The defender doing well to get a touch on, and might have hit the post even, so we are a little bit far away from that side of the ground. Sometimes it is a bit hard to see who's got the ball or who's getting the kicks, but it is a touch nonetheless. Looking for the one hand mark, but couldn't take it. He did well though to get a hand to it to cause a stoppage. Boundary throw in, not far from the 50-metre line for Broadview. The wind still is a little bit windy here, but it definitely does get a little bit stronger sometimes, a bit weaker sometimes. It does definitely change here and there, but it's going to be another stoppage now. Tapped nicely by Neil, very, very clever tap. The clearance, however, just going as far as Broadview. Breaks the tackle, goes racing forward. A bit of a half shot, half pass. Takes a bounce. And free kick for the defender. So Prince Alfred with the free kick for that one. I'm not sure if he was having a shot or shoot or passing, but he'd made the distance easily with the kick, so maybe he should have just had the shot, but in the end, a little bit unselfishly. Bit of a pass, I believe it was, so. Now across the field, one-on-one on the wing, does well to keep it in for now, dribbles out eventually. The handball, because it was a handball, it's going to be a last possession rule, so probably should have done better there to get the ball away from a different method, or just tapped it forward instead of handballing it, so it's not going to be a giving away possession, but it is. The switch is on, but it goes over the top of the defender. In trouble now, the defence scrambling to get back. A push in the back. With the desperation to get it out of there, it's going to go the way of Brazil. The way of Wicks instead. So Brazil was in the area, looked like he wanted it, but it's going to go for Wicks. That switch kick from Broadview just over the defender's head, almost to the advantage of the attacking play, and then because of that, desperately trying to get it out of there, they did make the turnover. So it's going to be a kick, a goal now by Wicks. About 25-30 metres out. Slight angle, but nothing too much to be worried about as he comes in now. Starts left, stays left for a behind. They've had a few shots now, Prince Alfred, a few shots that maybe they should have taken. Would have brought the margin back. Still only 11-point margin here, but definitely probably would have had the lead if they got some of the chances they've had. Want to fix that up to get back into the lead. Broadview with just a kick quick away from the area this time, not trying anything fancy. Spun through the tackle, releases the ball. And now on the edge of the 50, Prince Alfred get the ball, trying to look for a kick in. The kick comes now, rushed inside. Can they get a big mark here? Does well to get into position, just couldn't take it. Broadview now scrambling to get out of there. The handball to the opposition. Now Brazil with the kick, straight through the middle. His second for the day, but Broadview again, similar to the play earlier that gave away that shot by Wicks, just needing to just get out of there, get the ball away from the danger zone. Instead, this time handballing it, trying to find a teammate deep inside their own defence is always a bit of a risky play, and when you turn it over like that and the ball ends up in the hands of Brazil, he gets his second. Earlier they probably should have just kicked it a bit further down the line instead of chipping it for the switcher play. That one was probably even worse, with handballing it deep in their defence. But because of that, brings the margin down to 4 points. 5 minutes played in the second quarter. Thanks to Dartfish. Back in the middle. Neil does well with the tap. The clearance now. Looking for Wicks. Strong mark, plays on quickly to the leading player in Kelly. Just too much in front of him, so he's going to have to handball it to his teammates to help out. The kick now, centering kick, nearly cut off by Broadview. A little bit too relaxed with that, trying to cut it off. It's going to be dribbled away. Looking to get it out of there, Broadview with handballs again and turned over again. And because of that, Prince Alfred looking to get a mark inside 50. No mark, but again the player still alive. Brazil kicks it. And another goal for Brazil, very similar to the situation earlier. His third for the game. Broadview just a little bit too tricky, trying to be a bit too tricky with it deep in their defence. Again, turning it over thanks to a handball. They had the ball ready to get out of there. They tried to handball it over the player on the mark, turned it over, and because of that, the centering kick caused the turnover, caused the goal to happen. Three examples now of the handballing and the messing around with it in defence by Broadview, causing shots at goal or causing goals in two of the three cases. So saw the runner run straight to defence, probably just telling him don't mess around with it anymore, get it out of there, as they have given up the lead here. The ball falls nicely to Brazil. Lucky bounce, turns around quickly, kicks it long, out on the full. Day with the ball deep inside the defence now with the under full. We wait for him to collect the ball. Brings it back towards the wing. Han Yang's there, but it goes over him. Looking to get the ball across the boundary line, they do eventually. Boundary throw in right in front of the bench of Prince Alfred. Both ruckmen wrestling with it, so no foul either way. Now trying to go through the middle of the ground. Through Mackenzie, and now into the forward line, looking for a big mark over the top. It goes over the top of the last attacker, and now rush behind for a point. You see Prince Alfred, when they had the ball deep in their own defence, not messing around, getting a rush behind or kicking it long, so Broadview got to take a leaf out of that book to do the same. Free kick to the defence, so Prince Alfred with the possession there. Chips it forward. Not too much movement up the field for him, so just going to bomb it long down the wing. Good strong mark though to turn it over with Broadview. Instead it's a free kick, so McKinnon Collins winning the free kick instead of the mark being paid. The same result results in the ball going down the field. And a big mark about 50 metres out, far from where we are sitting. He's going to take his best from here, very tight angle. A few players lurking at the base of the goal. Look out for Russell with the long sleeves. Very tricky player. If it falls short, he'll be there to get the snap away. Goes towards Russell right top. He's going to be punched up in the air. No mark taken. Ball still alive. Looking to get the snap away. It's going to be rushed deep inside the forward line for Broadview. Looking to get out of, looking to get a quick snap away, but rushed behind again. And a boundary forward now. So the kick from the kick in, not the best, resulting in a boundary throw in inside the 50 for Broadview. It's Prince Alfred to get the better of that situation on the wing. A collision off the ball. No free kick paid either way. An extra for asking for the free kick. So interesting decision there. Brazil arguing wanting a free kick, but wasn't paid. He kept arguing, and then the player who had the mark just randomly off the side of that contest gets the extra 25-metre penalty. And Broadview, because of it, go inside their 50. Smith looking for a mark. No mark taken. It's going to be Broadview now going backwards. Go forward for Anyang. The kick smothered and a lot of congestion. Bodies flying. Is it going to be on the ball? It is. Holding the ball the way of Prince Alfred. We go towards the wing again, towards Pitt. Pitt looking up the field. Brazil was there, getting held by his defender. Got told to stop grabbing him, was Wren. And now the other way coming. And now a mark to Kelly. Inside the 50 is Hugo Kelly, number 14, with that mark. Well played by Prince Alfred Old Collegians. They chipped it forward, found players free, didn't bomb it long, which is sometimes tempting to do when it's a windy day. Finding a mark inside 50, now Kelly will line up to have a shot. About 40 metres out, not too much of an angle. Looks confident. Out wide for a last possession rule, didn't even do anything to bother the scoreboard. Just realised number 27, Prince Alfred, is Hayden Jolly, so I think it's Hayden Jolly that had the shots earlier in the day, in the first quarter, missing 2 or 3 shots. This is the opposite ground for we are, got confused with, oh, big fly! Russell with that one. Very tricky player, always loves a big fly, loves a snap goal, and that occasion he goes to the big specky. Progressing forward now, 29 apiece, locked in the scores. Evenly matched contest. Down the wing, best to leave it, and he does. Broadview thought about getting a touch to it, realised he probably shouldn't, but in the end it is going to be a boundary throw, and he thought it would be last possession, so didn't touch it. So yeah, number 27, Hayden Jolly, with 3 shots earlier. I was getting confused with the other 27 out there, 2 27s. So, of course, the Prince Alfred Hayden Jolly missing a few in the first quarter, but wasn't a goal nonetheless. So now Anyang in the ruck with a tap down, but doesn't get it as far as he would have hoped, and now it's going to be another stoppage. On the wing in the centre of the field. O'Leary using his pace to find a little bit of room. Good interception mark. Good defensive mark there, very nicely taken. Good kick into the guts of the ground, straight through the middle. finding Josh Perks, finding his target, who plays on quickly. No, Ianello 1-2, spins out of trouble, going to go forward, holding the ball, but advantage taken. Broadview now find themselves on the edge of the 50, into the 50 now, having the shot from 45, on the run, left. Had room, had space, probably could have taken another 5-10 metres, had room to run a little bit closer, but had the shot and never looked like making it through the big sticks. But with that behind, they do take back the lead. 1 point the margin, 15 minutes played in the second quarter. Two goals this quarter to Prince Alfred play, nothing to Broadview, still goalless. Prince Alfred with 4 goals, matching their total tally from last week in less than a half. Anyang with a nice 6-7 mark, gets it inside 50. Nicely taken mark. By Broadview now. Ralph looks to be having a shot at goal. He's going to have to kick it from about 50. Bit of an angle, but not too bad for a right footer. The kick coming in now. Doesn't look like it's going to be making the distance. Nice intercepted, last line defence with a big mark. Plays on quickly, back to where it kind of came from. Good mark by Archie Perks. Chips it inboard, but still deep in their defence with not too many options up forward. Another short kick to Jolly. For Norden. Switches a bit, goes to the opposite wing with a chip kick, takes a bounce. And another diving mark that time, had to dive to save the ball from potentially turning over. Through the middle of the ground, finding Josh Perks this time. He goes to the opposite wing, big kick, inside the 50 now. Can they find a mark? There's 3-on-1, holding on to him though, giving away a free kick to Bradley. Broadview having about 3 defenders on 1 on Brazil, but they're very worried about him. Already has 3 goals in this match, while holding on to him a bit too much, so giving away the free kick, and now Brazil lining up from about 20 metres out, 45-degree angle for his 4th. This to get the lead back for Prince Alfred. The lead's changed a few times in this one. Nearly 18 minutes on the clock. The distance won't be an issue. The angle maybe a little bit. And it is a bit of an issue as he goes to the right. Makes the scores back to all level. 30 apiece. Here at Park 9, thanks to the Adelaide Footy League and thanks to Dartfish for being our sponsor today. 30 all, 18 minutes played. Taking their time to bring it back, told to play on from the kick in. No real option, so in the end just bombs it long. Nice mark in front. Eyes on the ball the whole time, and because of that, repeat inside 50, right into the pocket. And a nice mark. Jaden Davis with that mark right on the line, on the boundary line in front of the scoreboard here.
Come on, Freddie, let him come around, Shane.
Davis looking for his first. Left foot suits this angle. It's just skinny to the right. That does, however, get them lead, 1 point lead. Davis, of course, another very handy player for them, linked to the Adelaide Crows top-up players for that SNFL team there. Played a few times for them. He's very handy when he gets involved with any team he's in. That time, very tight angle, couldn't finish, but Prince Alfred again attacking. He gets another chance now, Davis. Just talking about him, Jaden Davis had that shot just a second ago, and now finding his way back into a better position in terms of an angle, further out from the last one, but we'll have a shot to have another shot, have a chance to have another shot at goal now. About 40 metres out, but not too much of an angle at all this time, so straight in front. Prince Alfred doing all the attacking in the last few minutes. They've got 2 behinds in a row. Can they change their fortunes? Gets a big 6 points this time. It is a goal. Started left, the wind picked it up, was drifting to the right of the goals. It waited to see what happens. Everyone was watching it. In the end, it does sneak through for a goal. Davis is first for the game, but more importantly, extends the lead to above that 6 points now. 7 points the margin here. 21 minutes played. And Prince Alfred with all the goals this quarter. 3 goals to 0. Still goalless is Broadview. They've had a few chances. They've gone forward a few times, but it's a very much a Prince Alfred quarter seeming that way. Still time on the clock for Broadview to get one back and to keep the momentum going their way with the goals ticking over. Bit of a sling tackle there, bit of a tackle using the jumper, so it's going to be a free kick for Broadview. Going the way of Wood on debut. His first game for the club. Nor Wood, his teammates not helping him out with his first game. Not too much movement in front of him. Nowhere to go. He's going to be called to play on. Decides to just go towards the wing. Big pack of players. Over the top of everyone, no mark. Ren now with the ball. The other inclusion in today's match. Does well get hands to it, but the handball gone to no one in particular. Now it's gone the other way. Handball trying to find Davis. Goes over top of him for a Broadview lost possession.
Oh my God! Fucking original! Get off Facebook, man!
Manning now. To a big pack of players, no mark. Spins around into the forward line now. Cut off, just bounces before he could intercept it, so player still on. Big tackle, no free kick, play on. The ball bobbling around now, anyone trying to get a kick away. Finds its way to Anyang, who goes backwards to go forwards with a handball. Backwards again. Chipped it though to find a mark. They can bring it forward 50 now, 23 minutes played. Russell with the run, he goes in that direction. Big fly, gets his hands to. He just got a bit too keen, used his hands to find it. But was a bit too quick. Gonna have to bring it back for the extra 25-minute penalty instead of the play on. No one really on the mark, so could have probably taken a few extra steps. Instead, just bombs it forward over the top of everyone. Can they get on the end of this? And gets caught in the back. Kale Wren winning that free kick there. Probably was a bit panicking and then got caught in the back, so luckily for him now he can get it up to danger zone. Again, the wind is carrying it a little bit too much and affecting the ball, so it doesn't go as far as it would have hoped. Free kick for Prince Alfred, wanting the advantage. Again, they have to go back. So this kick now will go into the forward line. Goes wide towards Kelly, but over the top of him as well. Towards the boundary line, tapped over for a boundary throw in. 24.5 minutes played in the second quarter. Boundary throw in now inside the forward line of Prince Alfred. 3 goals to 0 this quarter. Have the lead by 7 points. 5-7-37 plays 4-6-30 on the Sportal scoreboard. Kelly takes it out the ruck, immediately tackled. Going to be another stoppage. The umpire will sort it out this time. About 40 metres from the goal. Ball up. Looking to find a bit of room for the snap. Broadview get possession. A big tackle causes another stoppage. Ticks over the 25 minutes played now, so not too much time left, I would think, in this match with only 3 goals this quarter. Broadview still goalless, but it's still being played in Prince Alfred's 50 now. Another pack of players, no team wanting to give away a clearance. And another one, so a lot of repeat stoppages now in this very same spot that they are happening over and over again. No ruckman touches it, takes a bounce, free kick for Broadview being held on to. Bit of pressure relieving now by McKinnon Collins with that one. Chips it forward and giving away possession, so Prince Alfred have the ball now into the pocket. Ball on the floor. Who can pick it up cleanly? No one. It's going to be another stoppage now. Very similar to where we just had a McKinnon Collins won the free kick, kicked it not as well as he would have hoped, and then it comes back towards him. The ball goes up and down, looking for a quick kick away for anything, but again a stoppage. This minute and a half we've been stuck in repeat stoppages in the very similar parts of the ground. Still in a dangerous position though for Prince Alfred. Any quick kick can result in a goal. The ball finds its way into the hands of Broadview, but the handball not to where they would have wanted. They do get it again, takes a bounce, running out of defence. Long kick towards the wing now. Broadview go long. One-handed mark, nicely done. Cleverly taken as they try and look for the switch. Finds Ianello. Goes back where it could come from. There's a lot of chip kicks, a lot of time being wasted, but Prince Alfred will be very happy with that quarter. 3 goals to 0 in the second quarter makes them have the lead back to a 7-point lead. 5-7-37 plays 4-6-30. As for Broadview, we kept goalless. We'll want to really fix that up. They did have 4 behinds in that quarter. A few rushes taking the goals. We'll come back after this short break for half time with us here. Thanks to Dartfish and the Adelaide Footy League. Round 12 here at Park 9. Prince Alfred having a 7-point lead over Broadview.
Interesting game, this one, 8th versus 9th, both teams
Welcome back to the second half here at the at Park 9 Oval. We are nearly underway for the second half here between Prince Alfred and Broadview. 5-7-37 to the home team. Prince Alfred 4-6-30, 7 points margin at half time. Prince Alfred kicking 3 goals to 0 in that second quarter really lifted their performance and hit the scoreboard where it hurt. Some of the goal kickers so far, Brad 3 for Prince Alfred. As for Broadview, they had Boras with 3 in the first quarter. None since. Most of the goals have been coming to the right of the screen, so we'll see if that becomes a bit of a pattern as Broadview do quickly progress into the forward line now. Over the top, Ralph was there and a few others looking for the ball. Smith is trying to get into the end of it. Handles it backwards to Boras. Boras goes backwards again for the quick snap away. Beautifully kicked. The spinning of that one was a bit like a cricket spinner there. Balls it straight through the middle and beautifully taken goal by Modra. Bit of a hit and hope, but the way the ball spin, the wind carried it nicely and just avoided the fingertips of any of the defenders. Very interesting goal. Maybe a little bit of luck involved, but in the end of the day, beautifully kicked goal and straight through the middle is the most important thing. Weaved in and out of traffic and straight through the middle as Modra kicks his first, and a quick goal to Broadview, another goal to the right hand side. So there is a bit of a wind, quite a bit of wind today. It's a very windy day, but not really. I haven't noticed it of really advantaging anyone. It's just gone to the left, like towards the full, towards the clubroom side. So the ball just affecting both teams, not necessarily either way of the goals or anything like that. But a quick now to Russell, very nicely marked diving catch. Russell looking at his options, thinking if he should have a shot or pass it off. In the end, it's a big kick to the goal square. Big fly, Ralph takes the mark. Free kick paid off the ball anyway, so it's going to be Boras that gets the kick instead of Ralph, but a very similar position to where Ralph marked it anyways. And now going back for his fourth, and a very, very fast start from Broadview. Straight in front, no issues and no worries for Boras as he gets his fourth for the day, his second in 2 minutes for Broadview in this third quarter, I should say. 2 minutes in, two quick goals, and they get the lead back to Broadview from not being able to kick a goal in the whole of the second quarter to kick 2 quick ones in the first 2 minutes here of the third. A fast start, and the coach Matt Burgess will be very happy with what he's seeing. His message at quarter time clearly working. The midfielder Prince Alfred have to lift to not concede a clearance. They do just that, going towards their own 50 metre this time. But it dribbles out for a last possession, so Broadview will get possession here. Looking up the field, not too many options. Might have to just go long down the wing. That's exactly where he goes. Quite a big pack of players. Nicely taken mark. No, not paid. Play on. Stuck his hands out nicely, but no mark paid. It's going to be a stoppage now. Free kick to PAOC now. Riley Davis. Quick kick forward, nicely taken mark, and a nice kick as well to the advantage of his teammate. From one Davis to another, passing it along to his brother Jaden Davis now with the ball. Riley with the assist if he gets this one. About 40 metres out, not too bad of an angle for a right footer. He's got one goal earlier from about this distance in the second quarter, so he's going to be lining up now for another one. wrestle back the momentum. Left foot comes back. The wind pushes it left, and it's nicely done. A little bit mistaken. I should have known he was left footer, but aiming for the right post worked well because it looked like it was going to go to that right hand post, right hand side of the goal, but came back to the left. A nicely taken kick to know the conditions, and that's what home ground advantage sometimes it does. They're out here every week during training and home games here more often than not, kicking goals, and they know when the wind's to the left what to do, when it's to the right what to do, and very nicely taken goal by Jaden Davis for his second. Three quick goals to start the third quarter here. 5 minutes played. Free kick on the way of Prince Alfred now. To Pitt. Pitt quickly goes into the forward line. The ball drifts just a little bit to the defender, so taken there. I believe that might be Fergus. Fergus is a very handy player. Can play forward, can play defence. Haven't seen him too much this game in the defence. Looks like a free kick off the ball, or some incident off the ball means that the ball just turned over to back to Pitt, back to where it came from, but it's almost an identical kick, same area of the ground, turning it over. So despite getting that free kick to have a second shot, it does the same thing, and now it's Broadview with the ball deep in their defence, tries to switch the play. Can be sometimes risky. We've seen them when they fumbled around with it in the second quarter. What happened? That kick wide and out of play. Just in front of Ralph. Good to see the umpire just standing a little bit into the field now because of the wind on that side. Not doing it straight from the boundary line, getting a little bit more distance on the throw. Goes forward now, nice smother. Nearly takes the mark, but done well with Sumner. Keep an eye on him versus Boras. Second quarter was much better. A key contest in this one. Manning chips it forward. Push in the back, free kick Prince Alfred. Probably didn't have to do that. He could have had possession of the ball if he just left it, but instead got the push in the back. Quick kick towards the wing. Archie Perks. Not sure what he wants to do with it, so just chips it forward. As small as a kick as possible for him to still get a mark to Charlick. Charlick, similar type of kick, chip forward. Finding Dundon. This kick now into the hot spot, but there's a lot of Broadview players there. They do raffled off for the intercept mark, but they didn't take the mark. And it's going to be a stoppage, so lucky for Prince Alfred, couldn't make the most of that was Broadview. They had players there, thought he had the mark, but dropped it last second. Bit slow to get up after the tackle, hopefully he's alright. Here's Fergus. The ball goes up, none of the ruckmen get a touch to it. Prince Alfred still have possession, handballing it forward, but there's no one in particular and turned over. Now towards the wing, 2-on-2. Punch towards the boundary line, dribbling towards the boundary line, and nicely done to break the tackle by Prince Alfred. They go forward in their own respect now. Looking to get some clean hands to get the kick away. Progress to the forward for a handball, intercepted though, and now out of the 50 metres, but still in a dangerous spot. Neil trying to get to the end of it. Some big tackles coming in, it's going to be a stoppage. Eight and a half minutes played in this third quarter. Free kick going the way of Prince Alfred. In the ruck contest, nil. Been very even ruck contest. I can't say one of the ruckmen's been on top of the other. They've been very evenly matched. Into the pocket, big fly, no mark, still alive in the pocket. Looking to get it out of there. It's going to be a boundary throw in, just ran out of room. The ball back into play now. Big punch over the top by Prince Alfred player towards the boundary line again. Trying to keep it from going over with a few nice handballs is Broadview. They go towards the wing. There's a player sat behind the ball, spare player for Prince Alfred. That turns out the key. Couldn't get the mark, but got enough to get his hands onto it. Anyang with a good running to put pressure on the kick. And done well, but down the field his teammate gets a push. So it's going to be Clark with the ball. Clark, their second highest goal scorer. Haven't seen him in the forward line too much. Gets a lot of goals from his midfield. Has 14 goals so far this season. In the middle of the ground now, Broadview spinning out of trouble, trying to get the ball away. He's caught holding the ball, didn't dispose of it properly. Prince Alfred wanting the ball quickly to play on quickly, and they do just that. Chips it wide. Still too far to score. Going to need another big kick to find a goal scoring shot. A few players making the run for him. Instead he comes back to inside, just gets a mark, luckily for them, Macaulay, who chips it forward in their own respect. Now Wicks trying to get out of danger, but it's Broadview who get the quick kick away. Gets smothered on the way through, so still some work to do. Russell running out of trouble, using his pace to get into a bit of room. Looking to get a tackle, trying to get out of trouble. Nicely smothered, so now they're going the other way. Has a player deep inside the forward line. Does well trying to get out of there. Is Ralph, but is tackled big. And a stoppage occurred. He was free for a while, just couldn't get it to him fast enough when he got there. The defence was there to help out. Ralph back into the ruck now. Looking to get the kick away quickly. Big tackle, didn't dispose of it maybe correctly. It's going to be a throw-in though by Mackenzie there. Good pressure from Prince Alfred in the defence, not letting any room for the Broadview attackers. Finding a bit of room now in the pocket. Looking for the snap kick, Mooney. Centering kick, Boras over the top, no mark taken. Looking for the quick snap away. Gets caught high. It's going to be a free kick for Broadview right in the goal square. Oh, it's not going to be a free kick actually. It's going to be a stoppage. So it looked like the umpire was signaling for a free kick, and a lot of the Broadview players were celebrating. So it is a free kick. Takes his time to make a decision, but that's okay. We get there in the end. Broadview with a free kick right in front of goal. They'll get a certain goal here. See who that player was, but the ball centred towards Boras. Had about 2 players on him. When the other player come in to help, they got caught high. Mulherron with his second for the match. Looked like a free kick, then a couple of players coming in thinking it was a throw up, and then in the end it was a free kick. So in the end got the decision that Broadview wanted and brings the margin back in their favour as a 5-point lead after 3 goals this quarter to the 1 for Prince Alfred. Now Jolly, strong through the midfield. Does well to get his hands free to Wicks. Wicks now, straight into the forward line, couldn't take the mark, had a nice lead. The ball now dribbles out for a boundary throw-in. Strong midfield work there by Jolly. We've seen him a few times up forward, but in the middle to help and got a very nice clearance. Back into play now. Taking it straight out the ruck. The kick coming from Kelly. Just to the left. Quick kick straight for out the ruck, Kelly. 1 behind. Brings the margin down to 4 points. We've got a very good game on our hands. These 2 teams evenly matched for most of the season. Only one game separates them on the ladder, which is the case for a lot of teams in this season of the Adelaide Footy League, but just shows how evenly matched and anyone can beat anyone. Last week, Prince Alfred went down to Brighton, who were last on the ladder, and ended up losing that one in very muddy conditions. So they should be aware that any team can beat anyone, and they'll be up for the fight coming into the latter stages of this game, I imagine, knowing what can happen if they're just a little bit off when they lost to 10th place Broadview last week. Now Broadview, 10th place Brighton I should say, but now we do have Broadview on our hands. The other team started with B. Ball finding itself onto the wing. No real team really getting any advantage from this kick, but then the quick kick does find Ralph. Tall on one-on-one situation. Too low for Boras. Smith does well to get his body on the line. Nicely collected though by Charlik, who gets it out of there and uses his composure to find Zionello. Marked on the wing. Perks. Josh Perks. Another chip kick forward. This time a little bit of a longer kick. Bit of a big pack of players and a nice intercept mark. Plays on quickly towards Russell. His teammates do well to give him some space to Manning. Manning to O'Leary. Into the forward line now. Takes a bounce and Sumner's there. Using his pace in front of Boras. Trying to get out of there with some handballs. We saw this cross Broadview when they did this, but nicely done by Prince Alfred, finding the right teammates in the right positions through Sumner and through Piper. They do find a mark on the wing to Jolly. Jolly straight through the guts. Beautifully taken mark. Now Schmidt gets a forward 50 over the top. No mark taken. Whistle blows. Free kick for Broadview. Some pressure relieving free kick there. But they kick not much better as they go very, very wide. Keeps it in. No, he doesn't. It's going to be a boundary throw in deep inside the 50 for Prince Alfred after the switch kick to try and get it out of the defence. Misses the target. 17 minutes played, 4 points the margin. This game could have a big ramifications for the final series. We're only around 12, but with the ladder so close and both these teams fighting for those final spots in the finals, in the top 5, any victory against a team similar to you on the ladder is massive. So big game coming, a big final end to the match. Don't go anywhere as we see Charlik into the forward line. Big fly, no mark taken, play on, looking for the kick away through Perks and a mark in the goal square. Nicely done. Used his attacking IQ well, ran away from the goals but into a better space than if he ran towards the goals or towards the player. So very smart running, and it is Kelly who gets the shot on goal from about 20 metres out, straight in front. Saw him practicing goal kicking in the half-time break. Should have no issue from here. Straight through the middle, and it is Kelly with his first for the afternoon, and again, more importantly, another lead change. So now this time Prince Alfred taking the lead. Very nicely done there by Prince Alfred. You see them with their attacking IQ, just finding the teammates well, a little bit cleaner with some of the handballs and the kicks in those dangerous areas. Ten points of margin at quarter time, 7 points at half time, both the leads changing each way. This time it's only a 2-point margin. Trying to get out of defence, they do find a way forward through Wicks. Big bump on his opponent there is still down. Hopefully he's alright as we look to go forward. Now Mooney chips it forward. Russell still a bit slow to his feet is Mackenzie. Eventually he gets up, he looks okay. Trainer comes to him, he looks okay to continue, so that's a good sign, but took a big bump from Wicks. Holding the ball for Ainello, gets the ball away from their defence. Anyang trying to take the intercept, just couldn't take it, was harassed enough by his fellow ruckman in Neil. And now the forward 50 comes from O'Leary. Boras might be fouled. Was he? Yes, says the umpire. Once again, Boras causing the defence of Prince Alfred some headaches. If he doesn't mark it, he gets fouled with his big size, big body, using his size well to take a mark in front of the defender, Sumner. And now Boras lining up for his fifth. 30 metres out, right angle kick. Story get a goal similar to this earlier. Deliberate kick. Kicks it through the middle. The umpire doesn't have to move a muscle. Straight over his head as it goes in for his fifth of the day, and again to change the lead. A lot of lead changes all the way through. We do get another one now with Broadview winning this one by 4 points as we approach the 21st minute mark of this third quarter. 2 goals this quarter to Prince Alfred and 4 for Broadview to get the lead back. 6 goals all up. It's going to be a bit of a longer quarter, I imagine, as we progress to the latter stages of this third term here, thanks to Dartfish. Again in the middle, Mooney, and with some help of his teammates forward. In the back, Broadview. Mackenzie handballs it off to the running player, to the leading Ralph. Ralph flies, gets his hands on it, but no mark. Didn't have enough of it as they try and get out of danger through Ainello and Sumner. Sumner trying to find anyone to help, slips over with the teammate that had received the handball, but Sumner keeps running towards the pocket and gets the 1-2, and now can get it out of there with a big kick towards the wing. Strong hands with that mark on the wing, very important. The kicks away from the defence. Once that you go away from your own defence, those marks are very important. He takes it on the wing. Another free kick now to Broadview on that same wing that we won earlier through Manning. Looking for O'Leary. He's going to be maybe outsized in terms of height, but he has the pace, and as soon as he hits the floor, he's very dangerous. Did well to find a little bit of room, but he eventually wrapped up. His teammates now out back to help. Goes backwards to go forwards. Now O'Leary gets the ball back. Chips it towards Boras, but there's another player there who gets the mark instead. 2 options, and they had good communication to make sure that someone gets a mark. And it is Reece Mooney, been very good this match. Got plenty of touches in the first half and again this quarter. And if you can add a goal, it would be a very big moment for his team to extend the lead over that 6-point margin once again. Mooney coming in now. Looks like it's going to make the distance, but just goes to the left. So the distance was the issue first of all, and then once we realised that was not an issue, the direction just a little bit off. The quick kick in, it turned over nearly. A lot of hard work now needed to get it out of the danger zone. They dribble it forward for a boundary throw in just on the edge of the 50-metre line. The chip kick-ins, that's why some coaches just don't like them. Just kick it long, they say, but if you have a player on, sometimes it's handy just to get that quick kick forward to get a little bit of distance with the next kick. Now the stoppage into the forward line. The ball alive and well. Play on for anyone that wants it. Soccer kick forward. Sitting behind it is Broadview. Looking for a quick kick forward. It's wrapped up nicely. No on the ball. Another nice tackle by Prince Alfred. This time gets caught without it, says the umpire, so free kick. Looking forward, nice run from Boras over the top. Had two players, no mark taken. The ball still alive. Nil with a big handball away, only as far as Mooney, but gets wrapped up holding the ball. Good tackle there by Garrels, who goes towards the wing again. Jolly's there. Uses his body well just to put off the kicking player and make him not kick it where he wants to, and because of that they nearly get the turnover, but Broadview do well to get some clean hands to it. Now Manning into the forward line. Boras again 2-on-1, but still gets a nice mark. Very strong aerial player as well as a goal kicking player, of course, and had something on him like usual. A second player came in visibly frustrated with that one. We can hear him from here with his frustrations. Just came in second, which is exactly what the plan was for Boras, but couldn't get his hands to it. Now instead Boras is lining up for his 6th, if you can believe it. Already has 5 on the board, 3 in the first quarter. Can he get another 3 in a quarter? Goes right, stays right. It's going to be a behind, so no 6th yet, but wouldn't be surprised if he still finds a way to get more goals with the form he's been in. Already on top of the goal kicking for the Adelaide Footy League. Another 5 today will definitely help him to probably get more on the lead, unless someone from below him has a crazy day. But he'll be up there nonetheless to get the prize at the end of the year. Fergus, just a little bit of lapse of concentration. Would have took it a nice mark. Instead goes out for a boundary throw-in. Right in front of the benches. Very tight game here, 6 points the difference. 26.5 minutes played in this third quarter. Very tight arm wrestle on our hands here. The wind picking up, so this kick needs to be adjusted a little bit. Boras held but no free kicks, so this time Prince Alfred trying to get it out of the danger zone. A lot of the last probably 10-15 minutes played inside this forward line. They get rewarded with a hold the ball decision. And the more inside 50s you get, the more shots a goal you get. It's as simple as that. They've had a lot of their time spent in this half of the ground. Thanks to Dartfish, you can see all the stats, percentages and inside 50s and where the ball's been being won and being kicked to. They'll have another shot at goal now. Broadview trying to extend it to a 2-goal lead. Doesn't make the distance and the direction is way off. Nil has to run a long way to collect it. Was not in anywhere, no one in the position where the ball went, not expecting it to go there. And that's a siren, so a bit of a let off with a few kicks at goal late for Broadview that did not reach the desired destination. They had a few shots there with Fergus and the other player. I couldn't quite see who that was, but from about 55 metres didn't make the distance, so could have been a bigger margin here. But a 4 goals to 2 third quarter means a 6-goal 6-point lead for the Tigers. 7-8 50 plays 8-8 56. 3-quarter time. We'll come back with the third quarter, with the last quarter here after this third quarter break. ready? Fourth quarter about to start here at Park 9 between Prince Alfred Old Collegians and Broadview. Very good game on our hands, a very close game on our hands. 6 points the margin going the way of Broadview. We saw the lead change at every quarter break so far, as well as a lot of lead changes during the quarters. As we get underway for fourth quarter with a game that could have big implications for the finals in the Adelaide Footy League. Div 1 straight forward is Davis with a nice mark. Straight onto his left to the leading Kelly. Nice mark. No hesitation there by Jaden Davis. Quickly spun around, knew where his teammate Kelly would be. And lining up now for his second of the afternoon from about 35 metres, not too much of an angle. To the right, and it's another behind, so bringing the margin under that 6 point margin could be crucial. So 5 points the difference now. Looking around the grounds at some of the other results at the three-quarter time margin, at the three-quarter time break in the Adelaide Footy League Div 1. 20 points up versus Teacher Gully at Pertaringa Oval, as well as Golden Grove 25 points up versus Brighton, Glenunga 24 points up versus Port District, and the last one, Shock 16 points up versus Fox. So the two teams there as we progress the ball forward. A mark inside 50 for Broadview from one end to the ground to the other. Nicely played by them. So all the games, and the most interesting one, Shock, only just Sacred Heart, that is, just beating St. Peter's, which are on very opposite sides of the ladder. But now Broadview on the most closest game of the week so far, to the left. It is behind, so it's going to be back out to that 6 point margin. All Div 1 games live streamed on Filming Footy thanks to Dartfish, so check out them games every week, follow your favourite teams. But for this week we do have the best game in the league. 6 points the margin going into the fourth quarter. Still anyone's game with both teams very evenly matched. A good arm wrestle on our hands. Davis chips into the middle. He's a little bit shorter than him. Pushed in the back by the attacking player.
Be brave, Bill, be brave.
Manning getting the free kick in defence. Russell asking for it, but instead gone just to a big pack, a little bit of a safer option. Over the top of them all, Ralph taps it along the ground, looking to progress it forward like that, and now handballs it to a teammate who's a bit in trouble. Ralph's involved again, gets a touch, so it's going to be a boundary throw-in. 7 points, 6 points, 7 points? 6 points the margin here. 4 minutes played in the final quarter and a very tight game on our hands. Pitt is in front, just couldn't take the mark. Over the back is Wicks. And another big tackle by Prince Alfred will result in a stoppage. Wicks again putting a big tackle, laying a big tackle on the line. O'Leary using again his pace to find a bit of room, finding Mooney. Nice kick forward, back to Mooney, 1-2. Running into the forward line now, looking to have a shot at goal. Instead a bit of a pass, maybe because he was tackled, but it's nicely cut off by the defender and it'll go back the other way. Big mark by Garrels. Garrels getting 2 goals last time they played in round 3. 44 points the margin on that occasion to Broadview with that victory. So interesting to see the switch and the difference now, it being such a tight contest. Goes forward, nearly takes the mark, but still play on. It's going to go the other way. Flanagan does well, takes the bounce. Takes the bounce on the wing. Kicks it to Russell, who's by himself just inside the forward line. Inside the forward 50. Looks up the field and says he's going to have a shot. Instead he does play on quickly and pass it to Anyang, who does a nice run. Just couldn't take the mark. Was tackled almost without the ball, but the umpire said it was fair, just trying to stop him marking it. So it's going to come the other way now through Jolly. Jolly just off the side of the boot. Going forward now, Broadview. Nicely cut off by Clark. It's going to come back now. He played on a little bit too fast, so back to Oliver Clark in defence. The chip kick forward, try to get to Jolly, was cut off by Russell and then Anyang, but then Jolly jumps in and gets the ball back. The kick from the defence smothered, so this ball's still in a dangerous area. In the end they just kick it anywhere and any heights, literally going very high up in the ground looking to get it away. The panic kick just going very, very high. No one could mark that one, so it's going to be a stoppage. Right in the middle of the ground. So very interesting results around the league, which could definitely impact the ladder in a different way. But this game is the one that these players have the control over and can do something about. Broadview now progressor gets around the player of the mark, looking to get a kick away. Instead going to pass it to the goal square. Big fly, rushed over for a behind. So maybe a bit of a shot by him, to be honest. He should have probably passed it, but it's going to be a behind nonetheless. To Ralph, I believe, was that big kick. From the kick-in, we've seen a few scoring shots from kick-in, so everyone is important. And Prince Alfred progresses down the wing, but just a little bit too wide and goes out in the full. And it's going to be brought back in by Fergus. Oh, he passed up forward, he dropped the easy mark, so it's going to have to go back to where it came from, Fergus. And that kick just rushed forward and turned over. And turned over again. O'Leary just in the right place, almost as if he was from the opposition, got such a clean kick towards him, and now O'Leary can go the other way for Broadview. Big pack of players trying to get another big fly is Russell. We saw him get a very nice specky mark earlier, and a lot of congestion means it's going to be wrapped up. The umpire will come in and sort them out. About 40 metres from Broadview's goal. They get a quick kick forward. He's there to contest it, and he does well. Quick hands back towards where he's at, but behind the play is Manning. Finds O'Leary. He's been busy this second half. Looking for his teammate. No mark. It's going to be still alive, just on the edge of the 50 metres. Big tackles flying in everywhere, and another stoppage. So a lot of stoppages and a lot of time being wasted here by Broadview, not on purpose, but it could still be handy for them having this slim margin of 6-7 points. Just over 1 goal margin. If they can waste as much time as possible, it's not going to be a bad thing. even though they would of course prefer to score goals and put the scoreboard pressure on, make the margin bigger, make the gap between them bigger. Fergus sitting there, punches it away. Probably should have had a bit of a stronger punch because it just goes only as far as Prince Alfred. The kick as far as Flanagan. Does well to change direction back to Fergus. To O'Leary, who's been busy, plays on. Big bump by the opposition, no mark taken. It's going to be play on, a big tackle. Will it be on the ball? Yes. Rewarded for that big tackle. Plays on quickly to Fergus. Fergus towards Russell. Clean hands. We saw him have a kick earlier from about 45 and didn't really make the distance as good as he hoped. This time similar distance, but this time straight in front, so that could help with his kicking. Very tricky player is Russell. Scores very often for Broadview. 18 goals this season, so still a lot of goals, and looking for his first of the afternoon. The distance is going to be a bit of an issue. The ball's still alive in the pocket. Eventually goes over for a behind, bringing the margin out to the 8 points. The long kick now towards Anyang. Can he intercept it? Teammate nearly got in the way, but Smith does well. Smothered, so it's going to be play on. Through Wren, and then a big tackle. The ball just on the edge of the centre square now. Anyang does well to collect off the ground. Goes in for second efforts with a big tap. Spinning out of trouble, just slips as he goes to kick it, but the ball's still progressing forward. Away. Avoids the tackle and looking for a quick kick as Broadview. The kick comes now. Can it make the distance? Can they find a mark? Big fly from Russell, doesn't get near it. The ball's still alive. Looking for a quick kick away, nicely tackled, and now the kick comes, now the snap comes. Just drifts left. Only 20 metres out. With a quick rush snap, looked like it was going through. A few of the players thought it went through. In the end, just to the left of the. So 9 points to margin. 51 plays 60. 12 and a half minutes played. It's been a low scoring last quarter. Neither team's scoring a goal yet, so if Broadview can get a goal or even 2 goals, that could be the game right there, but still time for Prince Alfred to really show up and find goals in their own respect and get back into this one. They'll need 2 goals, however, to get back in the lead. Still a lot of time on the board. The kick in just very wide, and Tanon in particular goes out for a last possession rule and will be brought back in by Russell. Again, taking his time, not rushing it. Happy to let some seconds go by. Kicks it long. He had a lot of room to go more forward if he wanted to. Instead goes for the kick from right on his spot. Into the pocket. There's player free. A rush kick forward, maybe a bit of a shock, but in the end goes a lot wide, and in the pocket was a Broadview player just waiting for it almost, and had time to settle and get a mark. They'll go back here and have a shot. Number 11, so lining up, the set shot comes in, he gets it, never looked in doubt when he marked it in that position from that distance, straight through the middle, and Modra with his second of the game, and it could be a margin big enough for the victory here. As the scoreboard ticks over, 51 plays 66. 14.5 minutes played. That margin now 15 points. Could be the biggest margin of the day out of. It's been the bigger margin than anyone has had during the quarter time breaks that I know of. I think it could be the biggest margin of the day as well. So very big margin in context of this match. Going forward again, Broadview. Russell gets his hands to it but no mark. The ball on the floor. He's tricky in this position. Finds his running teammate looking for a quick snap. Left foot. And you might be able to hear from the celebration, that is another goal for Broadview. Russell done well there, didn't take the mark, but as soon as the ball hit the ground, he had enough skills to progress the ball forward into a more dangerous position, finding a bit of room for the snap. .21 points the margin now, thanks to Darfish here at Park 9 Oval. Back in the middle, Prince Alfred really need the next one. Jolly trying his best to get it forward, smothered from the clearance. Back in there again for another clearance, Jolly. But it's going to be a free kick for Broadview instead. Day now with the ball. Goes towards the wing. Every mark is big now for Broadview just to control the match and kill some time. Another chip kick wide. Sideways, I should say. And now Flanagan goes long towards a one-on-one. No mark as Broadview look to get the numbers around the ball, but it's Prince Alfred to do most of the hassling. A big pack forms. It's going to be a throw-in. Ball up. 51 plays 72, 17 minutes gone in this final quarter. All Broadview this quarter as they look to go forward again. Snap kick by Russell, smothered. Play on, says the umpire, due to the touch of the smother, and it's going to be a stoppage about 30 metres from their goal. Looking for a quick kick away, a quick snap, but instead it comes through Neil, who gets it out of there. Still inside the 50, but a less dangerous position, but Broadview find a way to have the shot, a goal! Over the top, and the fingertips of the defender. He jumped up, just couldn't get a touch to it. It's going to be one goal going the way of Broadview and another one as they look to seal the deal here, put the nail in the coffin. 27 points with 18 minutes played in this final quarter. All the goals gone the way of Broadview. Three goals this quarter to 0 means that Broadview have a nice healthy lead as well as scoreboard pressure. Two things that are definitely the recipe for success in any game of football at any level. Straight through the middle now, through Ferguson. They get the ball now into the forward line again, has another shot from 45 straight again through the middle, and they're having a bit of fun out here. Broadview now really enjoying their time, having shots and getting them. Try to see who got that goal. There's been a few goals where they're very far away from us and they're a quick snap kick and a big pack. Hard to tell who actually got them, but it's a team game and the team gets the goal on that occasion to really push forward and propel Broadview up the ladder. A big final quarter, big final half from Broadview, especially the second half of the third quarter onwards. They've really dominated and shown a lot about how they can truly play. They came into this game with bad form, winning only one of the last 4 games, and that one was against Brighton, who were near the bottom of the ladder, and they lost a lot of games around them. But coming here today against Alfred, they looked hungry from the start. The second quarter was a bit wayward. They've fixed up since then. Now Prince Alfred go forward, just trying to get any goals they can, trying to get any 6 points they can, but the defence at Broadview holding up well through Smith, who runs a little bit too far, trouble, gets caught on the ball eventually. Had time to get rid of it and then decided just to try and run through the tackler. It wasn't successful. So now a big fly, another holding free kick, this time to Brazil.
Come on up, I need your help.
Brazil with 3 goals this match. He's been good individually for Prince Alfred. Always looks dangerous when the ball's around him. About 25 metres out, maybe 30 by the time he kicks it. 45-degree angle, coming in confidently. Nice chip kick, never really put too much power on it, just had the direction that was needed to get it through the big sticks, and that is the 4th for Brazil, so a good game for him individually. Maybe time running out in terms of a comeback here for Prince Alfred, but good effort by him, 4 goals in this match. Neil and Anyang been battling it out all day. This time Anyang tries to take it out of the rock, just fumbled a little bit, so Neil gets the ball off him, and now he's the one that helps with the clearance, getting caught high. Advantage into the forward line now, over the top. Can he take a mark? Just not. Ren was playing in defence, now they're moving up forward to help out, and a big tackle wraps him up, spins him around like an alligator, and a holding the ball decision.
Fucking Mexican.
And Kelly with that one in this game.
Come on up. You can let him win by
25 metres out, quite a bit of an angle. Saw him practicing set shots from a kind of similar position at 3/4 time. The wind picks up just as he's about to kick it, and it goes right because of it. The mini comeback looked like it could have been on, but that behind does not help.
Go at him, Earl. Go at him. Go at him.
Fergus to bring it back in. The kick to no one in particular, just over the top of everyone. Spun around his Trenorden trying to get it forward. Hassled over the line, so nice work there, good pressure. Despite the ball being in a bad position for him. Looks like he got possession, so maybe on the ball to bring it back in. Nearly intercepted there, but Prince Alfred should get their hands to what they do. The handball not finding his target, they look to progress forward now towards the wing, trying to find a little bit of room to get it forward, but again to no one in particular, and nicely done by Flanagan to be in the right place, right time. Jolly's trying to get his team over the line with that big tackle. 23.5 minutes played. Time running out for Prince Alfred, but Broadview will be happy to see it ticking and ticking. It's going to be another stoppage now. Very good game of footy here at Park 9. Div 1 footy thanks to Dartfish. Good arm wrestle most of the day, lead change at each quarter break, but it's Broadview who are on top in this second half. And now they're running through the middle of the ground. Goes forward towards Russell, gets his hands up, just couldn't take the mark, but again once it hits the floor he's probably more dangerous than when it's in the air, so watch out for him still to be involved. A big pack of players around this one looking for a big tackle. It's going to be a stoppage now inside the forward 50 of Broadview. 58 plays 85, the two numbers inverted as we tick down to the end of this game here in round 12. Free kick on the way of Broadview as they look to go inside 50 once again. McKinnon Collins with the ball. Goes deep into the pocket, big pack of players. Over the top, nice mark. Cleverly done, had his eyes on the ball the whole time and flew up there for a nice catch. Ralph, I believe, with the ball there. Going to be lining up from about 35. Bit of a tight angle. Kicks it nicely, starts on the right, tries to drift back but not enough. It's going to be a behind for Ralph as they change the four from inverted. One extra point away from that, but it is a good healthy lead here for Tigers as we hit the 26-minute mark of this fourth quarter. Again, the ball turned over. Broadview look to go forward again. The shot comes, right foot snap, Boras straight through. He celebrated again. He loves to celebrate early. Knew straight off the boot he was on target. Touched on the line, not paid. Everyone was convinced it was a goal. The umpire in the best position to see that it happened. Couldn't add to his 5 goals was Boras, unfortunately for him. But from that kick in, Prince Alfred go coast to coast, or look to try and go coast to coast as they're one kick away from the 50 metres. Now they progress. Neil's by himself in the forward line, just couldn't take the mark. Big spearing tackle, the quick kick away, 2-on-1 in the boundary line, looks for the one-hander, was holding the arm. It's going to be a free kick late in this fourth quarter, going the way of Wren, who's of Perks, 47, Archie Perks. After the siren, the result is already locked in for a good away victory here for Broadview. The margin we will find out in a second. Coming in now, straight point blank range, makes no mistake, but the result stands, of course, for a good victory here for Broadview. Away from home at Park 9, they've not been in the best run of form recently, but this is a very big victory for them. Brings the margin down to 23 points with a big final quarter, that being their second goal only for the quarter. So in the end it is a 9-10-64 to the home team, play 12-15-87. 23 points the margin here as we progress to finishing off this one here at Park 9. Some of the better players, we'll have a look at them, as well as goal kickers. We'll start with the goal kickers because there was a few big bags. For Prince Alfred, Brazel with 4 goals, Davis with 2, and for Broadview, they've Boras kicking 5, Moharan with 2, a few other goal scorers that I might have missed along the way in the last quarter with just being half. But overall, it's a big victory here for Broadview. Some of the better players, Boras, of course, with his goals has to be up there. O'Leary had a really big second half. I liked his game. Mooney was good all game, pretty consistent player for them, good inclusion for them for the second half of the season. Fergus helped out in defence well as I like Flanagan's game, always running off half pack. As for Prince Alfred, Schmidt in defence was decent, Pitt tried hard, Wicks was consistently good all the game, but wasn't afraid to put his body in line, a lot of tackles by him. Davis was always dangerous up forward, as well as Siebels in defence, and both the Perks boys were good all around. Ainello as well. So a lot of good players for Prince Alfred. It was a close game all round. They were losing by 10 points at quarter time, leading at half time by 7, and then after that it was all Broadview for the leads. But good all round action here at Park 9 Reserve for the Adelaide Footy League. Big away victory for Broadview, and just cements themselves in contention for those final spots in the finals, and a lot of teams around that mark for looking to finish anywhere between 4th and even bottom, so a lot can play out. They'll be happy with that one. We'll pick our best player, see who that is on Between the Post show, but I've been Jack Gosson, thanks to cameraman Harry for that one. We've been here thanks to Dartfish. Have a good game, and we'll talk to you soon.
I'm just going to quickly grab my bag so I can...
Yes, I'll help you into them.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, let me, I forgot one more proof.
Sorry?
I've got to do the paperwork. What's this song?
Sure. Is that that song?
I'm guessing so.
Never heard it before.
I have no idea, to be honest.
It's cool.
Yep. 1 second.
Right past it up here.
Yep, yep. So you've been here before?
Once.
Oh wow.
Well, once with this setup, we used to have another scout tour.
Oh yeah. I've been here once and I had a trailer here.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh,
No, no.
like a truck.
A truck trailer. No, no, it was a, no, not a van. It was one of those food trucks. Yeah, yeah. Do you want to close it or? There you go. Alright, let's see who's the best player.